what we have here. All right, this is a Stuka, or Stuka, should I say? Okay. This is a very famous aircraft, right? Junkers Ju-87, G&D models, tank buster. The tank buster models had those powerful cannons mounted under the wing. This is a 172 model. It comes at 15.5 centimeters long and 21.1 centimeters wide. This is a large plane in itself, so even if it's a 172, it will be larger than many of the other airs, for example a Spitfire or a ME-109 and so on. So it's a large plane, which means you are gonna get a larger model for around the same price, I would say. The downside with this is its tooling is a little old, I believe, but still, other than that, I think an overall very good one to improve your skills with. So this has the blue packaging of Revell, which is discontinued now, but this basically means this blue and striped pattern means that this was made in Germany. Okay, so you can say it's pretty good quality. So let's just open the packaging. That starts from here. I can make here, and this is, by the way, given with a difficulty level of 3. So yeah, we'll see. As you may have known from my other videos, I'm trying to build a collection of easier to build models now to improve my skills. I'm not as particular as I was in the past of buying expensive and advanced models, so I want to just improve my skills, and after that point I will move on to the more complex models, which I have a lot of actually. Okay, you have the decal sheet here. You can see some beautiful these rider on a horse, I think, insignia here. Okay, printed in Italy. So safety information we have here. The familiar black and white instructions, which have the basic history of the aircraft, which is quite, it was very famous during World War II, and you see it a lot. It's one of its main features was this. It has a siren that screamed as it was diving. It's a dive bomber. So, kind of like the American Dauntless SPD-5 torpedo. I'm sorry, not torpedo, dive bomber. Same principle, right? It would do a dive bomb, and the wings were designed so that it wouldn't hopefully crash during that dive. So this aircraft was built for close air support. It wasn't a aerial dogfighter necessarily. It could hold out its own, presumably, in such a case, but it wasn't designed really for that. So not ME-109 or Spitfire material, but close air support. Probably we could stretch it a bit and say it's like the A-10 of World War II. We have very simple instructions with the color markings here. We have a nice engine. That's one of the good perks. You can build it with the engine cowlings open, and yeah, this is one of the good things about this kit. So the canopy cover, I should say, the windows are not easy. It will require some masking, but here you can see the rear machine gun here added to the back, so it would protect the rear of the aircraft. So it wasn't too lousy in air-to-air fighting, but certainly not as maneuverable. You see here with the optional 2 bombs here for the D3 option. Okay, and we have The color schemes here, it's good that they have a color scheme which is just straight. So if you're feeling particularly lazy, you can just do this straight color scheme. Or this is the G version, I believe, 1944. Yeah, G2 of 10. Okay, or you can do this version that was in the Russian front, same year, 1944, which has a slightly more complicated, not very much, but these are by German aircraft standards the easier markings to make, I can tell you. But if you are feeling more adventurous, you can definitely do these markings here. So let's move on. Okay, the sprues definitely show their age. I have learned was actually a kit from the 70s, so not some flash can be expected, but it looks pretty shiny and it doesn't look too bad, in my honest opinion. But the details are, I think, raised, so after a few layers of paint, those details will probably become invisible. Of course, you would have liked these movable surfaces to be separate, but you couldn't really expect it at this scale and at this price point. But you can see it's already a pretty large aircraft for the scale. Because in reality, it was a large aircraft. You can see the cockpit window here, and yeah. So all in all, a great model. A great beginner's model, I should say. It's not great, but for the price, I don't really have much to complain with all the price increases and so on. So if you want to make like a weekend build or improve your skills, I would recommend this 172 from Reval, and I found it for a relatively good price. I won't buy it if it were too expensive, to be honest, but the price was just fine for this kind of kit, and I'm looking forward to build it. Thank you.